The waiting is over. Thanks for sticking with us. It's the map finale. It's Nuke and it's Vitality taking on Big.
Let's go, let's get it. We've all been waiting, and early on, it's going to be Big with this T-side start. Now, a heavy ramp presence here from Vitality. They've got Nevera and Shox waiting in the wings. Zywoo going to be taking this A site right now, and with him, he's got RPK, a stalwart defender of this A bomb site. Apex trying to watch for the cross outside, and Shox is like, well, I'm bored of waiting. Let's go on this lobby push. Zywoo doubles up. That's great results from him. They spot Searson up on the roof as well. He's trying to get cheeky, but Shox brings him down a peg, and now they know where Keto is as well. Things go from bad to worse for Big. Oh, nice tap onto Apex. Any more? The answer going to be a swift no, provided by Nevera. So the pistol round found for Vitality. Double coming from Zywoo. And that's poised them here with a nice little start to this third and final map.
Yeah, what a read as well, going into the lobby and checking up the ladder as well. Zywoo shuts down the vent play. Bomb can't make it down. And it really just falls apart after that for Big. Not having the util to really do too much there. Getting into the A site. Force is up, no bomb plant, but still right in with the Deegs in round number 2. Oh, bye-bye, Shox. Tabson picks him outside from the silo. Zywoo's backing up. He's not really got the gun for range. And talking of which, Searson's scouting out. This could definitely be a force by upset for Big with the weaponry, the Vitality field. Zywoo has flashes if he wants to set up his main player to help, but Nevera goes back towards the door. There is a lot of spamming going on. He's actually going to drop vent. He can assist Secret instead. No one's crossed there. Zywoo's made that clear. And so Nevera, timing is everything on this push. Zywoo should definitely be flashing this fight if he wants to play aggressive, other than just wait for them to come his way, but there's never a guarantee. There's that deep smoke towards main. No flash needed. Nevera going in with a kill, but the punishment is there after one. RPK still has that cross from heaven, however, and Big are getting picked apart from all positions. Zywoo and RPK doubling up, and it's Tizian on his lonesome.
Looking through the little hole in this door.
That ain't little, man.
No, it's pretty big, right? You could fit like a couple of people or sandwiches through there. Tizian, though, ain't looking to eat his lunch. He's trying to eat Vitalities with this Deagle. 25 seconds, and that bomb under French control right about now. Spots Apex. And it's a little bit ugly. Kind of a grim conclusion to that round. Was hoping Tizian was going to do something nasty, but 1v3 with the Deagle, you can't expect much. So now we will just have this eco to follow for Big. Nice stuff from Vitality early on. And I can't wait till we get to have this first rifle-on-rifle round to really have like the insight into how these teams are going to look to stack up.
Shox going back for it. Denied last time by Tabson. Denied this time by Tabson. The Deagle spam through the smoke. Don't think he could even see Shox. Not the start the Vitality wanted, but also not the end of the world with Big having very little to work with. Bombs going back through spawn. Looking to group in lobby. Tabson moving outside. Apex with that back garage position can cover a main cross, but that does mean that on a timing, if RPK misses it from heaven, Tabson could get lower. Do they want to crunch ramp to join him in that B-bomb site? Only Zywoo here with the Deagle. He's got a molly, but might not have much of a warning to throw it out. He's fighting. Molotov comes down. They go right through. Before it pops, that's a shot. Zywoo with the spam, and the Deagle looks delicious. He's looking to finish it off on his own. Great round. Anti-eco is clean as can be with only Shox dead. And now Big come in with their first buy round in number 4.
That's just despicable. That's absolutely gross.
Yeah.
So I always like, wait, the Deagle's 2 body shots to kill, right? So ramp, pretty obvious choice for it. I'll just nail them with that. I hate how easy he makes this game look. Yeah. It's not even fair, is it? Because you watch it and you're like, oh, I could do that. And then you get into a game, no, not even close, man. Not even close, baby. As now Zywoo's got the AWP outside.
Yeah.
Here it is, Hugo. You wanted to see it. Shox on the other. So Nevera looking like he might be rifling in this one. Still early days, obviously. We'll have to keep up to date with that. Zywoo versus Searson.
He is on that A site, though, so things make a lot more sense, right? You're not going to be running that AWP anywhere other than Heaven in A.
Oh, Apex, you were dead, man, if you peeked this. Oh, there it is, Searson finding the opener.
Vitality aren't flashing these secret peeks. That's twice they've done it, and twice they've been punished by it. It's so important to get that red flash in just one above Garage to set your players up. Like, element surprise is one thing, but yeah, both times now punished for it. Late smokes outside. And the best part about this is Vitality don't know how many players could be red. They know Searson's there, but there may be more. And tabseN's coming to join. Not for long.
Oh, there's a bit of a duel going down here between Searson and Zywoo. And oh no, Searson thought he ran back to CT. Zywoo actually re-aggressed into the garage. RPK alone in this A bomb site, but if there's one guy you trust, it might be RPK. Never mind, they go right by him, down into B, but into the arms of Shox in the process. He's now in the site with them. He's bringing it close, and Tizian will be there to deal with him. We're down to a 2-on-2, and in through ramp is Zywoo. Flash goes ahead, but Tizian wraps in front of it. Knocks Zywoo out of the round. It's left to RPK late on that A rotation. Molly to try and force the peak from Keto. He wants to do anything but give this fight over. And he's able to conceal himself behind it. There's RPK with a blinder, though. The opener found, not ready for Keto. Tucked back in the site. He thought the Molly would have had to push him out into the open, but sadly, it's just a little too shallow. And so big, there it is, the rifles come out and they get there first.
Yeah, Keto backs up and then moves in as it fades. I'm so surprised and impressed that Big win that round, right? Based off of the fact that they fake outside early with those 2 smokes after Searson gets a pick on lower, Vitality move 2 out of their 4 players into that B bomb site. That's a pretty heavy setup for early in the round. Big come down the vent when RPK was solo A, as you said. They could have had a nearly free A site. Instead, they take the harder option and they win every single battle. Tizian chasing down Zywoo on the ramp, and the double orb doesn't save Vitality there. Very nice stuff for Big. And Keto coming in with early kills as well. So on the board, Zywoo on the orb, but not with armor. Vitality can flip the scales right again back in their favor with this buy. But without it, it means they're back to eco and Big can start streaking together T-sided gun rounds. Searson once again on that orb. The head-to-head continues. This time Zywoo in a different spot, though, taking it into that A site.
No freebies in secret either this time around, right? We got Apex with a much more measured approach back in Garage, and that's led to the reposition of Zywoo. Look at Tizian, just teasing him. Oh, you want to warp me, huh? Nah. Zywoo might be unexpected here in towards A, though. That's not what you're anticipating. This glass cannon AWP is going to try and poise itself, but that's where Zywoo is right now. Outside looking to be taken here by Big late in the round, and this is a decision that they really could do well from. With Apex playing back Garage, as long as they don't offer too much up to him, there is a chance. However, it's this main and close CT wrap smoke that they try and maneuver around. While this is happening, Zywoo's aggressing through the hut, as we just saw there. They flash Apex out of the Garage, tabseN checks it, and now both sides of the map come up in favor of Vitality. Zywoo winning his fight on the hut aggression, and Apex holding down outside. Suddenly, the game plan has to change for Big. They try to get down through secret, and they do cross with both, but Apex hears this. Tizian survives the vent drop, and Keto locks down the B site with that kill onto Nevera. Shox, long-range MP9 fight, not where you want to find yourself. And so suddenly Vitality are throwing into a 3-on-3 that they might just have to concede. And now they definitely have to concede. Apex, that is a lot of deaths now coming from him, just kind of dry peeking angles and then being like, oh, I died.
Yeah, those orbs, man. Finally, Searson's showing us something, but that's a very, very weird round, considering Big managed to get down the vent. Like, Zywoo had to respect Tizian there. He had no armor. Tizian can easily kill him behind the CT vent. Just takes his route to the team. Plays that bomb on B. And Shox, who was late on a rotate from ramp, he either had to hit a good timing and get into position in the site or wait for his team to retake. With him and Apex dying on their own on ramp side with no trades, yeah, it's a done round. It's lost in the source. Big on the board with a second. Not much Vitality can do about that. Gonna have to be an eco in round number 6. Playing around these 2 saved guns and hoping they can save again, if not, win the round. But all Big need to do is find those armorless USPs and things will get very, very easy indeed.
It's a little worrisome. Zywoo currently with more kills than his whole team combined. Now, admittedly, we're only 6 rounds in, right? So there's always time for that to change.
It's his first AWP of the day, Harry.
Yeah, he's been waiting for it. Oh, Apex wiped out by Searson. And it's a good time to change that for Searson as well. Like, they've been used to seeing him outside, right? They've been used to encountering this AWP, dueling out in the yard. And they had 2 players there to try and deal with him. That's not the case anymore. Ramp Room conceded, and an early rotate through Secret for Vitality while Zywoo holds lobby. That's tabseN, struck from the cards. Bigger moving into B, however.
Ooh.
The smoke makes the doors open weirdly.
Yeah.
Shox is going to tap Xantares out of the round. This is getting a little bit awkward now. Man advantage up in favor of Vitality. This was pistols, and this one AWP in the hands of Zywoo, along with the M4 on RPK. Now in with a shot.
Are they going to go for this? I hope they do. They need to kick up the pace, though. No kit right now. Tizian's in a great position, turning for the flash, looking back, but he doubles up, and Keto finds 2 of his own from the back of Dark. He's gone as well. It's Searson with the AWP. It's not planted for him. He needs to pick up RPK as the stick is in on that bomb. The Deagle won't connect, and RPK covers for Navera on that defuse. It is going to be the retake round. The 2 guns do enough for Vitality to pick it up with pistols. 1 from Zywoo, 2 from RPK, and Navera gets on the board as well with the AK-47. So, yeah, great round. Oh, there's a gap. That was the window smoke that gave Shox the pick back in. That made things a 4-on-3 to actually set Vitality up. Something Big will need to be aware about moving forward. That is a very small gap, but a very big problem for the Germans. Now just putting what they can into this round and hoping to reset onto Vitality. tabseN on a pistol, not where you want him, but we do have that AWP still inbound for Searson.
I love how mobile Zywoo is being right now. Like, he is never in the same place twice.
It's like watching Simple.
Yeah, all the way down through B in this round out to Secret. Now, he's not going to get to see anyone, at least not immediately on this Secret aggression. Instead, Big are once again leaning in towards ramp. Now, Shox has been boosted here. They put a lot of faith in him. And Apex has even rotated back to hold on. That's because he's no longer needed outside with Zywoo in the Secret stairs. Shox doesn't deliver, and Apex is going to hang around. Is this a decision they'll come to regret? It certainly looks like it, as they've lost both these ramp players. Now the B player's in. And while Zywoo can get here quickly, he's already conceding. He's ready to save, as are the rest of Vitality. This round was over the moment those ramp kills came in.
Uh-oh.
tabseN with only a P250, he's like, yeah, I'll go hunting.
Yeah, man, I like that. I like the boost there on ramp. Apex, he gets a great timing into the position, and you'll notice he shoots as well. That's to draw in the attention. It's because he's trying to drop, and he knows that Big actually might miss the timing onto him and check Shox. Him shooting draws them in, but Shox can't get a single kill. The second player out checks him, and yeah, he just gets wiped. Apex, same story. Needed to put up a multi-kill. If he drops B, then that just gives so much room for Big to double back to lobby, to take hell. So he hangs on, and Big get rid of him. So 2 picks down on lower and a save for Vitality. Removing the pistol at the end of the round, but very little impact off of that. It's a 3rd for Big. And this is one thing we've seen across both maps, but especially Vertigo in this series. It's the battle for the economy in the opening couple of rounds, right? No one is able to take clean anti-ecos. We've had a lot of force buys after losing pistols, bomb plant or not. CTs and T-sides. And even in Vertigo, we had force buy wars for 7, 8, 9 rounds back to back before we even had, you know, full rifle rounds and the AWP out with armor for Searson. So Yeah, Big are keeping up that streak. They're breaking the money of Vitality early. We've got the reinvestment. Searson running the gauntlet outside with the orb. There's no one here. He's hit a great round to do this. There's no one with any knowledge. Shox, they may be able to call, oh, they could be B, but Shox is not going to be ready for how deep Searson is. There's a nade in his hand, and he is already gone from the round. That is very, very fast to be for Searson, and he's not stopping there. Again, Shox and Apex first dead. Is it going to have to be another save straight out of the gate?
It certainly looks like it, doesn't it? It's not boding well here. In round number 8 for Vitality. This could be Big tying us back up. And everyone's staying topside, like kind of willfully conceding B and just saying, look, if for whatever reason they try and fake late into A, then yeah, maybe we go for it. But if it is B, I think it will just have to be this save. Vitality, a little lost in the sauce in that round there, right? No one outside, as you say, that leads to Shox falling. Apex deleted as well, and man, Zywoo don't even get to save.
Oh, no!
Hey, not normally the AWPer, but there he is, nailing Xantares.
Vera just walks past the falling body. Oh, he can't escape. And this is like how Apex is playing on Inferno, just hunting. Big are everywhere. They're in its silo, they're in secret, they're in hell. And they're in your face. Vitality not getting any guns out of that round. Yeah, the key here, right? Shox gets caught, he hasn't naded out, he doesn't think Searson's down. Firstly, it's incredibly ballsy for Searson to full dry run outside, no smokes down, just literally commits to secret out of spawn. He makes the read, it's perfect. Usually you're gonna have a yard player, someone garage, someone CT, even a heaven spot of RPK going, all right, smokes are down, they could be B, watch out. But not only was there no one outside because Shox was playing out of spawn, maybe they thought Big would be a little bit slower. But yeah, no one's spotting either. So no one even sees Searson cross. Now Big go back with the smokes, and it's silent at that. Vitality, they can make the call, but they have no idea. Are Big B? Maybe, but we don't know. Will they try and go through the smoke to gain info? There's no flash to pop him. RPK. Oh, Tizian, you cool, bro? Just sprays him, gets Nevera out of the round, sees a barrel. Bye-bye, Apex. It's a free one for Big. It was never going to be anything else with only pistols on the other side, but 3 kills and B is theirs.
Oh, it's clean for Big right now, and that is the most important thing. Zywoo, the one man who can make it a little dirtier. Oh. However, they're already out past him. And so Big take the lead, up 5-4. This is where, right, having to now try and get back into this up against the very, very confident-looking Big is an even bigger problem, coupling that with the fact that you're having to keep in mind that Nevera is playing right now in the server over Masuta. And so a lot of the time, you know, we've seen like these players in A kind of hesitant to move. Nevera and RPK dotting that side of the map. Zywoo's kind of playing here, there, and everywhere, as you come to expect. And finally, they say, Zywoo, mate, take outside. It's been a bit of a problem. We haven't been able to shut down these outside plays. Well, Big have kind of got the read there. They're anticipating that this AWP has moved position. And so they now go fast into A. RPK and Nevera just melt under the pressure. Oh, Apex is dead on the vent lurk, and that's it. The round's done. Zywoo's saving again.
This has just been some of the best calling we've seen from Big all series long. Like every round, tabseN has had the read. Every round, they made the perfect play and catching Vitality on the first time that we've only seen 2 players on A out of spawn. That's the first time. They've always had a heavier setup. They've always had a player in heaven helping. But right there, right then, it's Big just taking a standard A execute, getting both kills, losing 1 man, and winning the round seconds into it.
Yeah, it's kind of scary as well, because it's very, very clear. And the way I look at it is like, if it's clear to us, it's probably clear to guys like tabseN in that Zywoo is very, oh, look at this. Hang on, this is a bit weird. They've gone by him, he's in the smoke, they've anticipated it, it's all fine. But it's clear that Zywoo is being used as like the mobile portion of Vitality, and the rest of the guys are just kind of filling the other positions, right? And And that's problematic because the one piece of the puzzle you know is going to be moving every round, being Zywoo, means that, you know, once you catch wind of where that AWP is, they're just kind of avoiding him. Like, so often in these rounds, Zywoo is one of the two players left standing right at the very, very end. He's not giving it a chance to get stuck in early. And on top of that, this RPK and the Vera A site hold, I've got to say right now, it doesn't look as good as what we normally see from like Masuta RPK towards this side of the map. You know, that's something, that the kind of comfortability comes with playing a lot of officials together. You know, the fact that we so often see Masuta in this position, he's very, very at home there. He knows how RPK likes to play. And with Nevera and RPK, we haven't really seen a lot of top site plays. But the mobility doesn't really seem to be there. In a lot of these rounds, when the outside control's been taken for big, there hasn't been like RPK peak in heaven for info. Everything feels very, very constricted right now for Vitality, and the only moving piece of the puzzle is Zywoo.
Now, can Vitality piece this puzzle together, or will it be scattered on the ground? Because Big, finally, up against Pistols, what do? They hold, they sit back, they relax, they wait for a mistake. Or at least a crunch into the lobby, which looked likely for a second. RBK and Nevera eating nades and bullets through the hut wall. Still too close ramp as well, so if Vitality catch a good timing, if one player gets a kill, they can really push into lobby. RBK has to. He can't back up through that Molotov on 10 health, and so it's a free kill for Big. Mad up. And not getting easier for the French as Big continue to bleed the clock. Vera's taken RPK's position, that's something. Zywoo being... Well, Shock's baiting them into Zywoo, essentially, on the ramp side. But Big, contact, right out the heart. Apex in heaven, checking outside, looking for that timing. Will Nevera get cleared? Xantares, ooh, it's a good spray, gets it done. Now it should just be free, it's only the scout here. Apex up in heaven, there's the lobby push from the back line, and it's clean as can be for Big. 7 on the T side, the perfect round once again. They set up exactly for what Vitality are doing. Because even if Big go heavy yard there in that round, Vitality, they're going to take lobby with those pistols. Well, it's denied. tabseN holding on to the ramp push, and Xantares doubling up into the A site. 7-4, Big are in full control right now. If there were any time for Vitality to get on the board, this double AWP has to show us how. Oh, they're doing the boost. They're doing the spawn boost. They're going to kill a Heaven player trying to come in. cyrus's getting boosted on his teammate's head. He won't hit the shot. This is something Big came up with as well. If you shoot at the right time, you can often catch a player going up the ladder into Heaven off of spawn. That's, again, another ingenious Big creation. But it won't net anything in this round. However, I like the Big try it.
Zywoo back with the AWP outside. Whenever we've seen him here, he just gets avoided. They're going to boost cyrus's up to take this peek on the off angle, but Shox is ready and waiting for it. This ain't his first rodeo, and the double AWP has found success here for Vitality. Maybe that is what was needed, as right now these AWPs have gotten all the kills in this round, and they just keep on doing it. Tizian left all alone, 1v5. And there you go, a bit of a reminder the way of Big. Like this might have been easy in the last few. It might have felt very, very comfortable. But now that these double AWPs are out, Vitality are not messing around. Tizian has hit a good timing here on the cross down through Secret. Now, it's no secret to Zywoo that they haven't had outside control, and he's playing this jump spot in the double door. This is going to be really, really hard for Tizian to get past. Like Zywoo doesn't have to fight it, and so that's the decision he makes. You know, I'm just going to go back into the site, buy time for the rotates, and there they are. Shox him with 4.
Yeah, point and click. Easy does it for Vitality. And Big immediately want to figure out a solution to those AWPs, right? You can see their money is pretty much maxed out. No eco in this half at all for Big from this point onwards. But what is their solution to this double AWP? Is it back to that top side? That A rush is really good. If you're wondering what that boost was on ramp, cyrus is hoping there's a player deep at the bottom, and he's boosting on his teammate's head to peek him from an off angle. But yeah, Shox is in a different spot to what they were expecting, and that's pretty helpful there. Wouldn't be a bad round to go for a top rush, but you now know the Vitality have the money, and so those mollies are without a doubt coming into hut and door out of spawn. As long as Big want to smoke them, they're fine. Look at that scoreboard. Zywoo double his next best teammate score. And what's it worth? What do we got for Vitality? Zywoo warping out. Shock's back on the ramp, closer this time around, and they might be walking into him. Or he's walking into them, rather. Nice stuff. Keto, untradeable there. He was very deep, and Shox can smoke and even rotate, even play mobile if he wants to, because Apex is also on the ramp side. That gives a two-man A setup for Vitality, so it could have been an option for Big. But now Shox is able to move around, come in from that secret position, AWP outside, clear out Searson. But instead, this AWP is back to the ramp room, looking for the trade.
Both these AWPs are outside. tabseN is not going to have an easy time getting across. Apex has moved in to take ramp as well. And Big, they're just kind of being denied territory wherever they're trying to go. This might force that upper rush that you're talking about. You don't really have any other options here. tabseN staying alive outside can at least allow for like a lurking through main. But there he is getting removed by Shox on the secret push. Tizian, they line up for Nevera. And that leaves Searson all alone. A real change in momentum in this game. Searson sneaking on out, but the weapon covering up RPK means he gets blindsided. So Vitality on to 6. These double AWPs really have been the savior of this Vitality CT side. And I think that kind of speaks volumes to how well Big were avoiding Zywoo when it was just the one AWP. Well, now that there's two of them, the odds are you are going to have to face either Shox or Zywoo at some point. And when they've been forced into that position, it's looked great for Vitality.
That is a very important double kill from Nevera inside a door as well, right? 3 on 5, Big just trying to execute into A. If Nevera falls there, there's a chance the Big can plant or drop vent and make that round interesting. Nevera says no, he shuts it out. And now Big, still just trying to fight to win the half. I mean, 7's already pretty good, but 8 would be damn fine. Searson fast through the Molotov. Apex is there. He is trapped right now. A nade could finish the job. Apex is going to lob it in. It's Nevera finding Keto instead. Searson survives the nade. The bomb has dropped next to the vent in the worst possible position. tabseN's trying to find it, but he needs to go essentially into main to grab that package. It is a retrieval mission right now for Big. They need the kills on the top site, and Shox spams tabseN through the vent. It's Nevera going wide. He can't see him in the smoke. tabseN trying to back up. He's in the wall right now. This is a mess. It's so hard to navigate around this utility towards the squeaky door, and Big finally give it up. They go back into what they think is safety, but in doing so, give Vitality that bomb.
This is weird as all hell, but there's Zywoo to kind of restore some normality. Now that we're into this 3-on-3 and the outside player's been dealt with, the only guy who can make it weird is Searson, but there he is nailing Zywoo. Suddenly, Shox and Nevera have got to do it all. Make that just Nevera. They're both low on the other side, but so is the man in question, dancing around, trying to keep this bomb under his control. And Nevera given a chance, a time in the spotlight here on Nuke in round 14. They've read the hot play and Searson's homed in. Big, they've managed to save that round. I don't know how. I don't know how they get away with it. Searson really saving the day, stepping up with that AWP. If he didn't deal with Zywoo, if he falls in ramp in that head-to-head, the round feels done. It's very, very rough to get back into it from there.
It's actually really hard to play those rounds on CT side on any map where you get the bomb in a position like that, because you don't want to... half of you wants to play the bomb. The other half of you doesn't want to concede all that room. You don't want to give Big everything and play 5A and just sit on that package, because then you give Big all the room to split you. That's sort of what happens right there. Big coming from every position on their lurks, coming out from the ramp at the last second, getting into heaven, and just taking such great positioning against Vitality. It's Searson dead first this time around, last of the half, and it's fast out ramp for the big boys.
Yeah, they successfully force Shox away. And the downside to that double AWP being the key to success for Vitality is that one loss means they don't have it now in round 15. So we might be back to what we know and love from Big, which is trying to avoid Zywoo. This round, they run right into him. They go, now, we're going to take this fight here and now. And with Zywoo removed, everyone else falls shortly thereafter. Nevera and Apex left in the fight, left to keep on going. Nevera dealt with over in hell, and there's Tizian with the killing blow. It's 9-6 at the end of the first half of play. Big in the lead and looking good while doing it. And even though we had that little bit of a resurgence, even though they got back into it for a moment, Vitality are on the back foot. So can they turn it around? Only time will tell. This last half of play coming up in just a moment.
Carpe diem, I know I got only one life. Don't wanna spend it, listen to you bitch and whine. It's a little mean, I know, well, apologies. But my New Year resolutions and my honesty. Trust me, it ain't nobody, nobody makes it. Nobody, nobody makes it. None of my business. It ain't none of your business. Nobody, nobody makes it. Nobody, nobody makes it. None of my business. It ain't none of your business. Okay, stuck on the same excuses. I think it's getting old. I ain't your therapist, I ain't your measure. Hey, oh, can't really tell you anything you don't already know. No one said it was easy. Don't even bother, cause I'm in this secure location. I turned off my phone and my...
Like speaking about Big Clan, I think this year, like 2020, was very like good for them. They achieved something that they didn't do in a very long time. Like I know they've been like Big Clan since 2018, 2017, even maybe, like for a really long time. And they've changed a lot of players, and they really couldn't find the perfect five, you know, who could actually compete with the top level. But honestly, throughout the years, they have been, and they always will be. It's just their mentality, like one of the hardest working teams out there. And I think it's like all this hard work and like nothing else really, just this like hard work, putting in the hours is what actually finally made them break through and come to this like tier 1 level and actually compete with everyone else and win some events on top of that.
Oh, man, Big. They're bringing the heat here on this third and final map. Vitality, it was a good beginning and a good middle, but not a good ending. As things start to slip away from them, the double orbs might have provided solace just for a moment, but man, do they come at a cost. And that was too much for Vitality to bear. Now they move into their T side. Big with a CT side lead to begin this second half. And a fast A play. Hello! It's coming in towards the A site, and it's Tabson and Tizian to both open up. RPK and Apex will respond, and we end up in this 3-on-3, but Zywoo's like, smoke? Nah. Shoots right through it, deals with Tizian, and that leaves Xantares and Searson to retake the B site of all places.
RPK's late down the vent. He gets shot in the back of the head. Xantares hits a good timing on that heaven peak, and now the retake is on. No kit currently, and none to be retrieved. Xantares closing the distance at ramp. Apex hiding dark, and Zywoo getting that info. Not just the info, but a dink too. Tagging and finishing the job onto Searson. It's a Zywoo round to stay, and Xantares has everything to do. He doesn't even know about Apex. Zywoo playing with his food. Another tap, another tag. Xantares with the clear, but it's Apex to to close it out. And Vitality, I like the change of pace. I like the speed. They were probably hating that CT side, sitting around and waiting for Big to just outgame them, outbrain them, outmaneuver them on the first half. But now Vitality, they get to choose where they go, and they go very fast.
Forces back in for the big side, though. They're not waiting around, are they? We've seen this a lot, right? These force buys really mix it up these second rounds. So let's see if Vitality are able to get this conversion.
Ooh. Okay.
I saw Shox going back for it, and I was like, I don't know, man. Oh, hang on. Tizian in main with the Deagle. Only good for the 1-on-2 Apex, but better than nothing. Shox is wrapped all the way around through Garage, and Vitality, they looked like they wanted to go down B for a minute there. But now that they've dealt with these players in main, 2 of them in fact, this A bomb site becomes a pretty tantalizing prospect. They're wrapping Shox through heaven, and this round going to hinge on the back of his aggression, catching Searson over towards ramp on his push, and now Shox emerging from heaven. Xantares was ready, and because they find him so quickly, they never spot Keto wrapping around out through the heaven position. A 1v2, however, the read is in. That molly gonna delay the retake. Keto's like, no, it don't. Runs through it, and Zywoo's up on the angle.
I respect the play. You know, what else can you really do in that position? He gets one. If he can drop, maybe he can stall, but it's not to be. Vitality deal with that force by nice little crunch on the A side. Even though they lose Shox in heaven, the confidence doesn't doesn't sway them. They just double outdoor, commit as a team, and they know at least one player's position at that point. So it's a nice round for Vitality, albeit a little bit terrifying. And now it will get easier with Big on a full eco. Almost nothing to show in this one. Couple of pistols, couple of nades. Xantares with Armadillo. He's here to play all right, but they spot it and they move away. There's a triple ramp setup joined by a 4th of Searson. They're going to aggro. Nivera's holding. Can he get anything done here? Keto clearing. It's a spray. It's a messy one, but Nivera doubling down before Xantares finally finds him. And it should just be an easy round for Vitality at this point. But Xantares, where has that come from? The bomb is loose. He's got a smoke to cut off the spawn player. Shox is on a huge wrap that will come in late. Zywoo needs to stay alive as he waits for Shox on the ramp flank. It's a big play. It's a big position. But with every second that goes past, Big expect more and more ground to be lost by this lurker of Shox. Zywoo just drawing them in, baiting them as the ramp flank comes through.
Oh no, Xantares on for the ace, and now Searson armed as well. Swings early, Shox is low. It's down to this 1v1, this stalemate, and Xantares on the angle. Oh, jump shot in from Shox though, saves the day. The flying Shoxy. 9 on the board for Vitality. A damn good try from Xantares. Makes something out of that round with the Deag armor. But tagged low earlier on by Zywoo, thanks to that nade, the follow-up damage. Shox is like, look, I'm dead if I peek, so I may as well do something wild.
Yeah, if Shox swings that, he is dead. Xantares sprayed perfectly on the position. Shox just jumps, completely catches him off. One bullet on either side, Shox hits it first. I mean, yeah, Vitality, they win their anti-eco, but at what cost? A very expensive one indeed. Shox back on the map, running it down B. They hear the feet pitter-pattering down towards that lower bomb site. No question about it. Xantares is already down off of the ramp room. Searson's filled his spot, and Xantares in his own on B, waiting in the wings at blue. They're going to come around from both sides, decon and double. The window even taken. Xantares needs a 2-for-1 lineup here as his teammate gets mollied off. Searson commits ahead of the utility. Zywoo coming through the window. Shox hasn't even seen him in the middle of the site. Finally finds that kill. And there's the opener for Vitality with util down. Bigger cut out of ramp, and that's all where they're coming from.
Shox in this Mac 10, a love story that I didn't know I needed, man. He's done it again in this round. He's won it. For Vitality, those 2 kills on the Mac 10. Force Big into the save. RPK was waiting in the wings to shut down these saving players, but don't worry, it was all a setup for Shox and his Mac 10. The Mac Daddy's in, ladies and gents. And he's looking to try and strip these rifles away. they will live the journey back into CT, but it's not like it's a secret to Vitality. Look at this, and Shox, man. Where we see players are big, he sees dollar signs. Look at him go, running through. Tizian taking the fight to Vitality? What is happening?
What a spray.
That's unreal.
How's he find the
third? I don't know.
The hunting in this series has been hilarious on like both teams. The second you realize you won the round, it is full W mode, mashing the keyboard. But yeah, hey, saved for big. Couple of guns, at least something, but not the scoreline that was leading in their favor coming into this CT side. They were up 9-6. Vitality, bit of a comeback, 4 in a row. Money is good. Look at this. He goes through and then transfers onto Zywoo in hell. Interesting turn of events. Can't even believe it. And Xantares on previous round, man. 4, not enough. This third one's ridiculous as well. Fadeaway shot to Apex. And I don't know, man. This game is wild, Harry. This is delivering on all fronts. And to think it's only the opening matchup of the Global Challenge as well. Astralis Complexity coming up next as our second series. And we'll be closing out the day with Na'Vi v Furia. Booyah.
Man, it's like the game's just getting better and better. Yeah. I don't even know how they've done that. I don't even know how they've done it. This little tag pause draws to a close. Keto throwing the AWP. I was gonna say, I was wondering if it was like out of spawn, but no, it was just missed the right, mate. Searson's got it. And he's gonna be taking it with him outside. Vitality throwing the outside smokes from spawn. Looking to give some love outside early on. Zywoo ain't waiting around. W key firmly pressed as he goes aggressive. Searson trying to peek on top of the garage. We'll decide against it. Pretty safe decision in hindsight, right? If he could see what we could see, you'd realize he just dodged a pretty unpleasant peek. Now here's the thing. Big know that players could have crossed. And they probably have, but they don't know how many. And the fact that 4 are here for Vitality is worrying. The response to this from Big is to retake lobby. And this is like a nice little standard procedure on Nuke. You lose outside, where you take lobby, you affirm your suspicions that this is going to be a B play. And now they can begin rotations. However, Searson, burnt out, leaves Xantares alone in the site, and once again, he falters immediately. You need someone to step up, and Keto just might be that man. 3 in the blink of an eye, and Searson in with another. It's left onto RPK, late through Secret, and at this point, this flank isn't even really a flank of any sorts, right? It just looks like RPK was kind of baiting the rest of his team. In with the swing, and Tabson there to finish him off. Big tie us up at 10-10.
Wow, what a hold for Keto as well. And great lower rotates for Big, right? As you said, the info isn't there. You don't know how many players are down. And Vitality have thrown a lot of different utility outside and also approached it differently. They've run Secret with 5 really fast in the past. This time it's a sneak play. And so without the info, Big are very quick to clear the lobby, get those ramp rotates in, and Keto dropping B as well. Puts up a great hold. So that's Big on the board finally. About time, finding their first. Season's AWP looking a lot better here than it was on Inferno. Zywoo still sitting at 21 kills. No one even on the 20 point behind him. More AWPs. But not for Zywoo. Apex only on the pistol as well. Far from perfection for Vitality, but enough to get the job done, you would hope. More smokes out of spawn. Hard in the yard. Great grenade. Zywoo, accompanied by 3 of his teammates, moving outside with this utility. Very wide smokes. Oh dear, Searson from above though. There's a huge chance to take kills there from heaven. He gets on the railing and he picks up 1, but he gets traded. Doesn't feel worthwhile, but Tabson, oh, he could make it happen. He's dropped the bomb. Apex trade as well. It's back to a 3-on-3. Big not getting out of there with any multi-kills. And that gives Vitality so much room to move. Look at the space they're taking. Into CT they go, with Apex holding for secret re-aggro, knowing they can't get killed on the back from Heaven, or while they climb Heaven, rather. And k1to is pretty much the solo A anchor right now, with a lot to do, with a lot to cover, and he has no idea where everyone is.
Yeah, this all hinges on k1to and him looking at the right place at the right time. If he falls right away, the round should be done. So k1to, pressure is on now more than ever, and he has caught Apex out through main. Oh, and RPK up in the heavens, only onto Zywoo. It all fell to k1to, and my oh my has he risen to the occasion. Now in a 3v1, k1to's delivered absolutely everything, and there's Xantares ready to round it out. Big onto 11, and k1to with a stellar sight hold there, essentially in a 1v3, right, as those pushes are coming in. And he hits every single timing necessary, doesn't overextend, doesn't swing into Zywoo.
Are they trying to get a gun? I thought they were boosting Heaven to go for something, but yeah, it's retrieved. Tizian finds the orb that Searson died with up in Heaven. No need for the Rafters boost. And yeah, k1to, man, what a turnaround for him from the start of the day, from going 4-20 down on the beginning of Vertigo to having a good game on the second map of Inferno, although it didn't really make too much difference. And now just showing up. 3 kills on the B hold in the previous round and 2 on that top site as well. So just holding his own right now, keeping big in this one by a single round. Skin of their teeth, Vitality with pistols. No utility either. On a T-side of Nuke, there's not a lot you can get done without grenades. Molly on the silo stalls Zywoo out as well. Big keeping everything covered, and Vitality just hoping for these Deagles to net them a bit of destruction.
Ooh. What is that little angle?
Yeah.
And Searson. There he is, rewarded for it. Oh, Xantares at ramp. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, no, it's only getting worse. Searson trying to save the day, trying to make something of this round, but oh, there's Zywoo with the wrap. How has this happened? Tizian, it's all eyes on him in the 1v2, and Zywoo is so damn aware, just taps him out of the round. Vitality onto 11. Just calamity after calamity there for Big. Disaster after disaster.
Why even buy grenades? Just go kill, you know, just click on them. It's easy for Vitality. I don't know how the hell they make that happen. But yeah, that's the ramp liability, right? Xantares, you're talking about him. He can be really good. He can be also really hit and miss in this position. And right there, a completely whiff spray. Doesn't get a single kill as 4 come through, or 3 come through the ramp side and just obliterate him. And then it all just starts spiraling out of control, combined with Zywoo's luck and finding a gun from a main player. Oof. Backstabs on both fronts. 11-all, and the eco is now in the hands of Big, but we've seen this Deagle do damn good work already in this map. Xantares fights back, and great timing for tabseN to cross secret. Shox doesn't see him.
Well, the Deagles give and they take away. And if you're going to live by the Deag, you got to prepare to die by the Deag as well. Vitality now into the A site. Tizian with the swing. And they even follow up onto k1to. It's RPK with the openers. tabseN wins his fight outside, but Apex has been dispatched to try and get it back under control. And he needs to, but he doesn't. Instead, he falls. And that's given up this main play. RPK all alone needs the ace, and tabseN will deliver. Defuse found for Searson. And as we say, if you're going to live by the Deag, you got to prepare to die by the Deag, as Big put 12 on the board.
I mean, yeah, it was mostly tabseN with the PT50 and the AK, but
man, it takes away from the story.
He made it happen. He did make it happen, Harry. He finds that opener. He may have cost them the previous round, but he wins them this one alongside tabseN. And yeah, just an unreal round. The secret cross of tabseN is great as well because it means he re-aggroes super quick when that A attack does come through. Vitality have every reason to win that round, and tabseN just obliterates them with that retrieved AK outside. That's a great feeling to win a round like that. You lose to an eco, you immediately win an eco, and boom, the money is back in your pocket. Big live to fight another day, another round perhaps. And this map is as close as can be. 12 to 11, Vitality forcing up. An AWP combined with pistols and AKs. Big with a far better buy.
Zywoo's outside, Searson's heaven, but the flash is good. However, Zywoo misses. This guy never misses. So Searson's lucky to still be alive. He quickly repositions into CT to help out tabseN. While this is happening, Xantares is pressured at ramp again. And this time he gives it up right away. Doesn't overstay his welcome. Searsson comes in on this rotate, and this is the duality between the two of them that we've talked about. While this has gone on, Tizian has actually gone aggressive through the hut. Across the map, big and deeper than Vitality might be ready for. There's Searsson keeping ramp room in check. And do bear in mind, I mentioned his name earlier, Tizian is still wrapping lobby, still coming in on this flank to try and silence the ramp players. They've gone down into B, and there's Keto with the swing onto Zywoo. Tizian gets this info, they know it's a B play now, and Big are already beginning their rotates. Apex and RPK, two of the old faces on Vitality, left to try and keep them in this round.
Oh, Apex can't afford to be caught with nades out. They're both coming from the ramp side here together with a flash. Tizian dropping a molly. RPK trapped at the back of the site. Apex making a play, and he's in with one. Now wrap back onto Tizian with a double, and it's all on Keto burning on the site. Apex back in for another, but he can't finish the job. The bomb is behind, and he's going to drop a Molotov. Keto forced to swing again, and at this point, the time is gone. There's no kick. Keto's hunting the kill, and Apex is just playing with his food. Look at it. Beautiful work for Apex. 3 in the round, Vitality up to 12, and it's just so back, so forth. No one taking a convincing victory, and especially not Big with the money in a state. Xantares a far better round as well. He drops off, he re-aggroes with Searsson. He may only get one, but it's a big kill to set Searsson up for the crossfire as well. So that was a really well-played round for Big, but it's Vitality, or Apex specifically, to steal it right back.
Absolutely banging round from Apex, man. Oh. And now a little tag pause, just to kind of mold that one over if you're Big. Like, yeah, that was 1v3. Just think about it. That's the thing. For Vitality, these victories, whenever they've got them, it's not come easy, apart from that one Deagle round that we won't talk about. It's not come easy. And, you know, yeah, you've won that one. You've set yourself up nicely. You've kind of turned the economy of Big into a bit of a joke here as they head into round 25, right near the end of this half. And so you have forced an eco out of them. You want to take full advantage of this. You don't want to have another one of these little partial investments sneaking up on you and somehow cheesing a win out of it.
Yeah, you got to wonder where this game would be if Xantares actually got that ace in lobby, where he got 4 on an eco and just failed to Shoxy's jump. This could be over already. But Vitality just hanging on, and now controlling the economy again. But that means nothing in this series. Eco wins, followed by eco wins. It's been a while since we've had 2 in a row. The last to do it were Big. Back in round 20 and 21. Keto's in secret. Got a kill last round onto Zywoo from this position. Can he do the dirty once more? Zywoo's walking it, and he's perfectly placed. Vitality with lower control. And the worst part about that, Keto never aggressed the angle, which is fine, but it means he doesn't have the info. He doesn't know how many players are possibly down B. And Zywoo's doing his best to make it seem like there's more than one. He's throwing all his grenades. He's running around, and he's selling this fake. Look at the rotate it's caused. Xantares has given up ramp. It's a gamble the Big have to make in a round like this. Hoping for the best. Xantares does turn around to keep his eyes on the back. Nice shot from Searsson's scout. But it looks like an A-crunch for Vitality.
Oh, up through the vent. Nevera doesn't turn, but luckily enough, RPK will. They silence Searsson as well, and this little anti-eco is swept neatly under the rug. Xantares with a P250 and no chance at the round, just concedes, just bows down and gives over this 13th to Vitality.
There's a gun red.
He's looking for it. Looks like Vitality are aware that this is likely what he's trying to do as well. Nevera's waiting in main.
Here they come.
So close, man. You're almost at it. You're up. Oh, no. The E key betrays him, man. He clicks on it. You can see he like looks back up thinking he's going to have the AK.
Yeah, he's a little far
he's out
there.
here playing a stealth game, man, sneaking around.
Nice try, nice try.
Oh, look. Oh,
Double
they
check.
were all looking away, and Nevera's like, hang on a moment.
Yeah, he could have taken Nevera there, but he wanted to get them all. And the only way to do that was to get the AK in his
What a horrible feeling that must have been. You see 3 people all looking the wrong way. You're like, if I don't grab this gun, I'm dead. And then you don't grab the gun, and already Xantares just freaking out. All right, new round, new day. Yeah. 13 to 12. Shox with the slowest vent drop of the year. But he does get down pretty much unscathed.
Look at Searson. How often do you see an AWP in B out of spawn?
Combat AWP, right? Like already on the back of that vent drop. He's now primed and ready for a fight. I don't know if that was the intention. I feel like he was looking to maybe go secret. But on the back of the vent drop, he's got no choice but to dig in his heels and get ready for a fight at this B site.
Is this an AXX with Shox coming back up the vent? Like
that's what they did last round.
Time? Yeah, they're lining up smokes in through spawn. Some of them going yard, some of them dropping in front of the vent. So actually another smoke lands on A, which keeps players from big there. They're scared of someone getting out through the door. That's not the case. Tizzy and Flash pushes lobby. He gets info. He doesn't commit. Playing safe. Still don't know where any of Vitality players are other than this early vent drop that hasn't moved. It's Shox sitting about. Now, there's going to be a lot of ramp rotates here for Big. That's something beneficial. Xantares is here. Tapson's already posted. We already know about Searson, who's swapped back on the ramp. And an A-Fake coming in from RPK can't afford to draw these CTs away.
Oh, this is it. Xantares given a chance. Tapson, even more damage. But it's going to fall to the retaking players. Shox aggro at ramp, deletes Searson, but suddenly he is the only man left and time is ticking down against him. This bomb dropped in the prying eyes of Big and Keto's in with the swing. Great response there. The fights in the site don't really go the way that Big wanted at all, right? Tabson getting away with damage, Xantares falling immediately. It's those players on the retake just right hooking the guys back in the site to keep that in the advantage of Big.
Yeah, not only the Molotov that comes from ramp right before Shox kills that player on rotate, but Keto with the molly sprays out the planter. If that bomb is planted and Shox is in a 1-on-2, he's not favored, but I put my money on him there. Either way, it's not the case. He tries to go grab it back with 20 seconds. Zywoo definitely saw that cross. Searson's going to drop in. Few makes it out alive. Zywoo's been mollied. I like how Big a default mollying silo as well, especially when you're crossing a secret player. It's a really good way of keeping them covered. If you want to run secret outside with a glaive smoke, that's fine. The only thing that can stop you is a silo spawn, and Vitality have been denied that position in most of these rounds. More smokes coming in outside again. These are going to be the wider smokes. These are going to land next to main. Might even combine it with a garage smoke as well. That seems to be a go-to for Vitality. They've loved outside all half here, but what will they be doing with it? There's Keto getting flashed out by Heaven. He won't see a thing. They're only just getting around the corner with these smokes. Oh, one of them's missed. Oh, you see this all the time. This main roof smoke, it's meant to land next to main. Keto has got so much room to move now as a result. 2 smokes missed. One went into credit card. This is a catastrophe for Vitality.
They look around the corner outside like, well, that's not what we meant to do. Oh, no.
Yeah, oh, dear.
Well, they're going to try and make something happen on the back of it anyway. They drop this late main smoke and now look to bypass the main player. But they are open to Tabson. There's a lot of Frenchmen outside of Big. They don't like it one bit. They know what's going on, though.
So much room.
I've been pretty generous here in terms of what they've let Vitality accomplish. Like, that was a pretty dire outside round, and yet they've gotten down through secret. Searson gets here late, but is there in time to help out with the B hold, and oh, he just rings in death all across B.
Done.
And there's no time for Nevera. Holding on to this AK is all he's got. And he might not even get away with that. Tabson, just one out by Nevera. And that is so key, because if he dies there, the money for Vitality is ruined. Even with him surviving, it's not in a very good spot right now for the Vitality squad.
This is just a great CT game for Big right now. They've had all the answers. They respect Vitality outside, even though they don't really need to. Like, Keto was pop flashing outside early looking for kills. He could have easily tried to take more fights there, but he gives Vitality the yard control, even with the missed smokes. He sends them right down B into their own death. Quick smoke on ramp. Nevera looked to exploit it, but it's going to hold off. He's the 1 AK in this round. Vitality are playing for overtime. They've given 15 to Big here, assuming Nevera doesn't save them with this AK-47. But I gotta say, Harry, one of the worries in this game for us was Masuta. He was 60 kills deep in 2 maps, and they sub him out for the first time on Nuke. Could have been a problem. He was having a great day. And right now, Nevera, he's got a lot to do to prove his spot in this map, because Big might be stealing the upset victory right at the end.
Here's the ramp push. Now, these players could get caught with nades out. Tabson, good for one. Xantares picking up the pieces. Might have just bailed Big out. That looked like they almost hit a good timing there. The AK's already gone on Nevera, and it's Shox and Apex with P250 and a Deagle between them. Now, Apex has snuck down the vent. They don't know that he's here. So that could be a free kill onto Xantares, and it looks like it will be. There's that locked in at least. Now you've got to worry about a player coming up through the ramp. That's going to pull Searson's attention away. And these other 2 players are at the A site. They're not actually able to help Searson here. So there is still a...
No, they've lost the bomb.
They didn't get the bomb. They didn't get the bomb. Oh, no. They've got to go back. And in doing so, they cross back into Searson late. I think they thought it dropped down the ramp.
It does look like it, right? It was just behind the box. Shox cleared everything else. He couldn't see it. And this is it. This is what it's all coming down to. Vitality play for OT, but they don't even get a bomb plant. Nevera's on 34. Everyone else can buy full. He can get an AK with Kev, but yeah, this is getting scary. Big have had a lot of answers. Their anchors have been excellent. Keto's had a banging game. Searson's AWP has not stopped. It's hard to find problems here for Big. It's hard to find weaknesses. Vitality have even been missing smokes. Standard plays that need to go their way. Zywoo nearing 30 kills might not matter a bit.
And you know, Big, they weren't meant to be here, right? They come in late, fielding that replacement for Chaos. They had a great performance middle of the year, whereas Vitality, they've kept up these strong performances day in, day out. And now on the opening series here, at the IEM Global Challenge, Big, they really might be seizing this opportunity of a last-minute invite with all the might they've got. One away from locking in the upset versus Vitality to open up this event. Vitality gonna go back towards outside, holding on to lobby. But where has been kind to Vitality? Where do you even want this to end up? On top of that, you see the repercussions of Nevera having to save that AK when they run out of time a couple of rounds ago, right? He's got nothing in this round.
It smokes.
Smokes land this time around. So finally we get to see what Vitality had designed in that round a few ago. They try to cross behind them, but Tizian just snipes Shoxy through the smoke. Flashing himself in for more. Does have to get the reload off, and on the back of that, Vitality pounce. Zywoo and Apex moving in through main. They've got Tizian trapped, but he's in with the double. Far more than he should have got away with. Zywoo and Nevera. It's the new boy on Nuke alongside the legend left in this 2v3. Bomb attempting to go down. Zywoo's got to cover every angle in the world. And it falls to Nevera. A fitting way to end this series. Was subbing him in the right choice to make? We get the answer here and now in the 1v2. Tabson wraps through heaven, just misses the timing. Nevera, all the pressure's on him, and he crumbles underneath it. Big, they lock in this victory. 16-13 here on Nuke, and a 2-1 in their debut series at the IEM Global Challenge. My, oh my.